Have you ever been starstruck? That's the question I have to ask.
I mean, yeah. I mean, of course. I mean, you just get excited, you know? Like, I interviewed Liam Gallagher, and
that would have been for me.
Like,
that would have been me.
I was, like, very, very, very nervous. But the interview with Liam was, like, amazing. Like, life-changing, like, just fucking
He just
epic.
doesn't give a fuck.
He doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, he's like, fuck it.
Yeah, he's like, fuck it. He, like, walks in, he, like, gave, like, one of the promo kids, he, like, hands him, like, an Altoid case. And he's like, you hold on to that. And, I mean, there's probably all of his fucking drugs in there. You know what I mean? Like...
Hey everybody, welcome to the S&B podcast. My name is Trevor Swenson, joined by my friend Adam Bance.
Hey.
He looks lovely today, doesn't he, everybody?
Oh, God.
Tell us who we got here, Adam.
Megan! Not Heather. Holiday.
Megan Holiday.
What's going on?
So tell us, why are you famous?
Oh my God. I can't really confirm that I am famous. I'm on the radio. I don't know if anyone really gives a shit about that, but...
Well, people listen to the radio.
Yeah.
You kidding me? I get all excited about it when I hear you on KROQ, and I'm sitting there and we're driving out and I'm like, there she is.
Yeah, so I'm on the radio.
Don't play a shit song. That's all the thing.
I have no control over that. I don't get to choose what I play.
So they're all shit. Got it.
No, I get to choose one song a day, and it's for my so-called 90s feature. And I choose a 90s song, yeah.
Like Duran Duran 90s feature, or like Duran Duran, or like hip-hop?
Duran Duran's like 80s, man.
Yeah. 90s, Ordinary World, greatest record ever written by Duran Duran. Are you kidding me?
80s.
Sorry.
Yeah, well, yeah, so I pick a 90s song for that feature.
Nice.
You know, do a little Blind Melon, maybe, you know.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Whatever I'm feeling.
Quality.
A little New Radicals.
New Radicals.
You know what I'm saying?
Love the name drop.
Chemical Brothers.
Oh.
You know, block rock and beats. Let's go.
I like it.
Yeah.
So what else is going on with you these days?
I'm
It's nice to meet you, by the way.
Yeah, nice to meet you too.
You know Adam from going way back, so I've never met you, but it's been fun in the 14 seconds.
It's been about 17 years.
17 years.
I think so. Yeah.
I met you like right around this time last year.
Holy shit.
It was right around this time, dude. It was definitely, yeah, it had to have been September, October. Nothing But Thieves guys were in town.
Yeah, me and Phil were drunk.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound correct.
And we met at
Davey Wayne's.
Yeah, Davey Wayne's, because you had the inn.
Oh yeah,
you had the inn, so we got in. We went into Davey Wayne's, and we had a fun night.
Yeah, I got that in.
Trey walked up to the guy. He goes, I got this $5 bill that could be in your hands.
It's basically because he threw up on the floor of my bathroom in my old house.
Oh my God.
And he all felt bad about it, so he let all my friends in every single time.
Dude, it worked out. It really did.
Good for me.
I
now
like
they're
that
not
place.
even open.
No, nothing's open. Come on.
Can we talk about the inn story about dinner? We should talk about that. Sorry, we're going to interrupt because
that's all right.
So we went out to dinner. This is probably last year now. Yeah. And we went to this, like, was it Mongolian or something like that? Or what's the place where you
Korean barbecue.
Korean barbecue. I'm telling the story. I don't give a fuck.
I don't even know what he's gonna say.
So we're sitting.
I'm waiting for it.
It's us and our girlfriends.
I was dead at the time.
And my girlfriend's son.
Oh.
And he's like, "Oh, I got the inn here. We got the inn. We're gonna get in. We're gonna do this thing." And he walks up and he tries to get us in or whatever. This is a great story.
Did not.
And he walks up and he's like, "Oh yeah, so I know the owner. I know this guy." And then the guy's like, "Get the fuck out of here. Go away." So what he does is he grabs my girlfriend's phone and he goes, "What's your phone number?" And he starts texting. And he texts her number since it's not in there, and changes the name. And he goes up to the bellhop again or whatever his name is, and he goes, "Look, it's the owner telling you to let me in."
I changed the name. I took her phone, changed the name of the phone on.
Yeah.
So it's the owner's name, but it was actually his girlfriend's
And the person
number.
bought it.
No. So long story short, we waited another hour and a half to get the table.
Oh my God! Look, the owner. Yeah. I have a text from the owner. That's a good idea, though.
Let me in.
Yeah, really. That's good. I like it.
It's worked before.
I believe it.
Oh my God!
I feel like you know every trick.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's. I've had some moments.
Such a good story. Such a good story.
But worth it though, wasn't it? It's definitely worth a shot.
The food was worth it. But I don't know if it was worth a 2-hour wait, but it was definitely good food.
Yeah, it's by Quarters. You know Quarters downtown?
No.
If you're gonna go get K-barbecue.
That's the spot?
You go down there.
Yeah. I don't think I've been to that one. I've been to one, and it was bomb. But I remember that I just smelled like Korean barbecue. You got to wash all your clothes. Yeah, they smoke you out. Yeah, but it was bomb. I don't know where I went.
That's my favorite thing.
I feel like I never know really where I am ever.
It's LA. Unless you're on Hollywood Boulevard.
Yeah, I'm just like I'm somewhere in LA. You know,
flying
here we are.
Around, magic carpet.
Yeah, as we do.
Yeah.
So, seriously, what is happening? What's different in your world now that we're in the COVID era of radio and life? Give it up.
Well, everything's different. I've been doing radio on my couch for the last 7 months, on a computer, with a microphone and everything, and it's really weird. And then the other thing that's a new development is that over the last 2 weeks, now I'm on 6 different markets. So I'm on Seattle, Sacramento, San Francisco, which I've been on in San Fran for the last couple years, LA, San Diego, Kansas City.
Kansas?
So Kansas City. It's wild. So
hello, Kansas.
Yeah. So I've been just like getting used to this new workload, and it's been really intense. It's been like a lot of changes, and it's been really, bittersweet because the reason why they're now delegating like new workloads to top talent is because obviously
everybody
COVID times, and you know what I mean. So it's like really sad. I'm obviously grateful to have the job and to be working and stuff.
Yeah.
It's just, we're just seeing so many industries being completely just getting fucked right now. And so it's really a bummer. But I'm just trying to do a good job and stay positive. I try really hard to be a really positive, authentic person on the radio and to just try to be a little bit of an escape. But also I try to keep things real, talk about certain things that are happening. I mean, obviously when we went through all the Black Lives Matter stuff and, talking about politics, it's like you have to be so careful about the way
you piss off too.
Mm-hmm. Because even in like I was just talking about how like racism sucks, and I don't agree with racism, and people were just like telling me to shut the fuck up, like we don't tune into KROQ to listen to you talk about politics, and sometimes I won't even say anything political. I'm just like stating the facts of something that happened, and they're just like shut the fuck up, So I've kind of gotten to this place where I'm just kind of like, all right, I'm gonna try to like maybe not touch on that stuff as much.
So for the next 3 hours, you have Rage Against the Machine. Boom.
I fucking wish.
Right.
On repeat.
Yeah, no. Really.
Right, said Fred for the next 3 hours.
Don't make it political. Fuck you.
Oh my God.
So it's just been it's weird, it's weird not getting to see your coworkers. It's weird not going a whole day without maybe interacting with someone, and like nothing is happening in my life really. So
Bree.
But she doesn't live with me or anything.
Not really. She just.
But you haven't been to a show now in 7 months.
Yeah, so. I mean, there's nothing going on. There's nothing. You can't promote shows. You can't. So you have to literally make up content. You just have, it's theater of the mind. You know what I mean? So I'm just trying to be creative and talk about things that I'm feeling or that I'm going through that I think people can relate to during this time.
That's good. So. What are you feeling? What are you relating to? Come on, dive into this thing. Let's go.
I don't know. I personally just feel drained. I feel overwhelmed. I feel completely powerless over what's happening, and that the only thing I have control over every single day is myself and what's in front of me. So I feel like we can't plan for the future, and we just don't know when anything's going to happen again. So we're like extremely forced to be present and just be right here, right now. But I also feel like, I don't know, I feel like I'm in this weird bubble. And when I go places, I feel like I'm like kind of like floating around and like everybody's wearing masks and I'm in a mask and you just feel like you can't even really like see.
Feel like you're invisible.
Yeah, like it's just really a weird experience.
Did you see the Saturday Night Live thing the other day?
I only watched like some clips of it.
Oh, you got to watch the whole thing.
Okay.
But there's a video of it on there where it's a rap with Megan Thee Stallion or whatever her name is about only seeing the bottom the top eyes of somebody's face going on a date. And you just gotta watch it. Honestly.
I'll watch it.
You'll know what I mean when you watch this thing. But that's the thing. You don't know. You're not looking at people. It's just like.
Yeah.
Oh, you're looking at people that aren't wearing masks, and you're like, you motherfucker.
Yeah.
Put your fucking mask on.
Right. Yeah,
you are diseased.
We talk about this too, just to segue into it. Like, we travel with the show quite a bit, and we keep talking about Nashville, and it is another world compared to here.
That's what I've heard.
World.
Arizona.
Yeah, we went down to Arizona too. Like it's Texas, all of them. And again, not that they're doing bad. It's just, man.
They act like COVID doesn't exist.
Not that they're doing bad. They're doing bad.
I mean, it's unbelievable. You know, I mean, look what's going on in my home state in Wisconsin. Like they're fucked right now. So, but
fucked before COVID.
that is true.
Oh my God.
It's true.
But it's just like apparently Americans don't want to get out of this, so they're just gonna keep being little fuckers and doing this, and then we can't go back to normal life, and more people are gonna be fucked. And
yep.
But they're also shutting down Europe again. So, like,
are they really?
This morning they shut down Paris. They shut down the UK last week.
Are you serious?
As of the taping of this show, everybody. Germany's going to go back down again. Like Australia closed their borders for a year. So.
Oh my God.
Nothing till what? Almost 2022.
Almost 2022. Yeah, November I think it is. So.
Yep.
Oh my God. I can't take this.
And now
you can go to Mexico.
Yeah. You want to go to Cabo?
I mean, it's right there. Hey. So
if you want to go to Tijuana, there's no COVID in Tijuana.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. No COVID that they know about or care about.
Too.
Yeah.
But you can get into the States from Europe if you go to Tijuana for 2 weeks. That is the truth.
It's because it's considered the 2 week period.
The 2 week period that you haven't been in these other countries beforehand because Trump is fighting with
with the European Union.
And the UK. So if you go to the Bahamas or Antigua for 2 weeks, you can come to the U.S.
Oh my God.
Which would be kind of a nice little trip.
I would be down in the Bahamas. Unfortunately, it's the hurricane season's going a little late this year, and there's another one popping up. So, but whatever.
Oh my gosh!
Anyway, it's all bad. It's all bad.
It's all bad.
And now they have the brain-eating bacteria that's coming out.
Yeah, I heard about that one. Yeah, that sounds fun.
Yeah, you didn't hear about that too?
I probably have it.
So they had a case in July.
This was in Jersey, though, wasn't it?
No, they had an outbreak in Florida, and then they had just had another outbreak in Texas, and the town in Texas that it came out in can't drink their water for another 4 months or something like that.
Dude, it's kind of funny. What is it? Two of the states in the country, Texas and Florida, that they have a brain-eating disorder.
I know, but it's not correlated.
Hold on a minute. Wait,
I'm not surprised that it's Florida.
Hasn't this already been happening for the past how long? 40 years?
Oh my God.
They're just figuring out about this now?
Why is this such a nightmare of a year? It's just like the scariest, weirdest shit is happening.
I think it's because everybody's looking at the bad. Like, there is a lot of bad. Don't get me wrong. Murder hornets have been here forever. They're just making them bad now.
And they murder bees. They don't murder people, which is what the misconception was for me.
But what good has happened this year? Let's take an inventory right now while we're doing this show. What good has happened to you this year? Name something. There's got to be something good.
I have a job, so that's good.
That's great.
Happy to still be working. It's giving me a sense of purpose. Stayed sober through the pandemic.
That's
which
fantastic.
Is great.
Sick.
Coming up on 5 years in January, which is cool.
That's awesome.
Congrats.
We had a previous episode with a sobriety coach and a motivational speaker, Nick Harris.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, good dude. So,
hell yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, my best friend lived with me during the beginning of the quarantine, so we got to have like a lot of nice
That's why I
quality.
thought she lived with you.
Well, she just stayed with me for a few months. She was like, I'm gonna bring all my shit over to your house and let's quarantine together. But she's back at her place now. But that was, it was fun. It was like nice to have that experience with her. I've been spending a lot of time with my family, which has been awesome.
See, look at all you're saving a ton of money on fuel, driving into work every day, and you gotta look at it that way. Like, things are good that are happening, and people are taking and clearing the mechanism, I guess, of their lives. Where you take the crap that really didn't mean anything, and you're kind of just like, okay, I don't have to do that anymore because I wasn't really focused on that. This is just me taking on what the inventory is, where it's time to just reinvent yourself to be what you want to be good and move forward with that. That's the good that's coming out of this, that people are clearing the crap out. The other flip side of it, though, is there's a lot of bad. So,
Yeah. I think pre-COVID, we were all living too fast.
Yep.
It was too much going on where I would look at my calendar and I would just be like, how the fuck, like, I didn't even have just a day to like chill, like do nothing, And so, yeah, I think you're right about just, after all this, how do we want to live our lives and who do we want to surround ourselves with and where do we want to spend our time? Are we even happy with our lives and the things that we're doing,
Yeah, that's a big question. A lot of people are asking themselves. So, I mean, that's why the divorce rate's so high.
It's true.
Well, yeah. And just, I don't know, being crowded, like being in a confined space for a long period of time, it's a lot.
I'm surprised April hasn't killed me.
I'm surprised too.
I was surprised that before COVID, but then just,
I know, right?
Jeez.
Huh?
Every time
we're laughing, but I'm deadly serious.
Every time I see you, you remind me of the line from the movie Super Troopers, where he's like, "If you were my smother Mac, I would have smothered you." Or if you were my child, I would have smothered you by now. So yeah, either way.
I'll wake up one day and I'm like, why does my soup taste funny?
Yeah, it's a little arsenic-y. Why is this soup? What's the soup taste like almonds for? That's weird.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Well, that turned morbid.
Yeah. Not surprised.
I like it.
So, do you hear the new Nothing But Thieves stuff?
Yes, dude. I'm obsessed with them. Come on.
So, I heard the whole album.
Yeah, you did.
They sat me down when they were over here recording it. It was before. Yeah, we met before.
We met while they were recording it.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Dom played me just a couple of songs.
Okay, yeah, they were track. They were
he played me a couple because he came on my podcast and it was like they were leaving like 2 days later and he played me a couple of songs and
yeah, they sat me down at their house in Malibu and they were like, okay, you got to listen to the whole thing, and I'm like, what now? They're like, yeah, and they just all sat down and stared at me, and I was like. They're like, no, you're the first person. Not even our managers heard this yet.
Oh,
it was me and April.
God.
And they're all like, and
what'd you say? Yeah,
I was like,
it's good.
All right, guys, stop fucking staring at me. This is really weird because we were all drunk because it was Phil's birthday. And he's sitting there like, I was like, actually, this is really good.
Everything they do is amazing. I'm obsessed with this impossible orchestral Live from Abbey Road version that they just put out. I'm fucking obsessed with it.
Because this is a God's honest true story, and fucking they can back me up on this. I was like, this song would sound really good with strings.
Oh my god!
And they were like, yeah, that was a good idea. I'm taking full taking full fucking credit for that.
I know, really.
There's no way.
You need like a liner credit.
I know. But I'm never gonna get one.
Get a producer's credit. Yeah. I just want 1 point. We're good.
Right?
I want 1 point.
Yeah, I love that band so much. I wish that they would get way more radio play here in the States. But alternative radio is going
You can't help that?
No.
You can't bring it up to the higher chains and be like, yo.
I mean, you can. I'll be like, cool, nice.
It's not a 90s band.
It's not
Muse.
pop or hip hop leaning. That's what alternative is doing now. It's like pretty much pop, hip hop.
That's what country music is pop. So.
I know.
Machine Gun.
It's all Machine Gun. Yeah.
MGK just crushed.
MGK number one.
Did you interview him last week when he was in town?
I did not. He's always in town. He lives here.
Yeah,
I know, but he's always back and forth. He's always somewhere.
Yeah. But no, I did not.
He's a client of mine, so I can't say it. But he's a good guy.
Yeah.
He's a client of his, but he can't tell him.
He seems like the shit, I mean, we've like sent a couple of DMs back and forth, like, but that's it.
Yeah. No, honestly, he's like such a chill dude.
Yeah, he seems like a really down to earth person.
That's one of the things that, when you meet musicians, we do all the time. I'm kind of like, don't ruin this for me. Be a nice guy.
Yeah. For sure.
Your music's amazing, but don't be a dick.
Don't suck, please.
I don't care if your music isn't good, but just don't be a dick. And I mean, like, I get it. Like, it's not me. It's not the music that I listen to now. Like I still listen to shit that I was listening to when I was fucking in high school.
Right.
But as a person, fucking 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Like,
absolutely.
And that's all I need. You know what I mean? Like, as long as I have that with somebody, I don't care about anything else.
Yeah.
Like, nothing else phases me.
100%.
This episode of SNB Podcast brought to you by Veeps. For artists, by artists, always commission free. For a full list of upcoming shows, visit veeps.com.
Hey everybody, it's Trevor and Adam.
We want you to check out Dynamic Talent International, the boutique booking agency with a personal attention to their clients' needs.
From music talent, seminars, podcasts, and YouTube, DTI represents a wide range of incredible clients.
Visit dynamictalentint.com for a full roster list and contact information. Go check it out.
I would say for the majority, most of the artists that I've ever dealt with have been so lovely and wonderful. And even bands that I've had one bad experience with later on redeemed themselves. Like they were just having a bad day. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I would say for the most part.
Everybody is allowed to have a bad day.
Oh, 100. Oh, yeah, totally. And I didn't even get mad at them. I was just like, oh, they probably are so over doing interviews today. And just, it's like another fucking one they got to do, So.
I so wish we could name drop right now on that. Spit it out there. But no. We can't. But
I can. I don't care.
We can't. I can't.
Oh, you can't.
Do not do that.
Oh, got it.
No.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're very lovely people on both sides.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, no. It's too political when it comes to me. I can't call out and say, oh, this client's a real piece of crap.
Yeah. Well, if they're your
Yeah.
client, no.
Well, what if they become a client someday? I can't do that.
Oh, yeah,
So
that's very
They might be.
true.
They're all sweet people. You're all sweet people out there. So, yes.
But MGK, congrats on the #1 fucking album. I mean,
Yeah, seriously.
we haven't had like a rock #1 album on the Billboard charts in a long time. You know? So it's tight.
It's even crazier too that he got #1 this month, considering a new record it's 8 records every single day for the month of October.
Yeah, and he
coming out.
just put it out on
Did
Friday.
he have like 125 million streams in 6 hours?
Oh, I believe it. That dude's a force.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember before I got sober, I was hanging out with this dude that was like obsessed with MGK, and he had like copycat MGK haircut. And I didn't know, I'm just like fucking doing heroin on the couch. Like, and then like there's like MGK like fucking videos on, and I'm like, who is this guy? And that was like my first introduction to MGK. And when he was like hip hop, more like hip hop.
That's what I remember.
Yeah, he was a rapper.
Yeah, rapper. And then I remember getting sober later and then seeing him on this show called Roadies that was very short-lived on like
Warped
HBO.
Roadies.
What?
The show.
No, it's
Roadies.
called Roadies.
It was on HBO, I think.
Yeah, and it was like it was not the
Showtime
best
or
show.
something,
Yeah,
whatever,
Showtime or something. Yeah, and he did such a good job in it. And I like looked him up, and I was like, oh, it's the same fucking dude. And he's just one of those people that's good at everything. And he's like, I want to do a pop punk album now, with Travis Barker and fucking kill it, know. And so good for him. I'm just like he's kind of crushing the game right now.
I remember when I first heard about him, I was tour managing Goldfinger.
Mm-hmm.
And Charlie comes in the room and he goes, "Yeah, I'm gonna go play with these guys now." I was like, Machine Gun Kelly. I was like, "Huh? Who the fuck is that?" And I was like, "Shit name."
Hey,
and now become really close with their management. Their management is probably one of the coolest two people. It's two people, Andre and Ashley. It's a family thing from Cleveland.
Oh, that's amazing.
And they're just so on point and like. When you get these big managers and you can't fucking talk to them, or it takes 16 years to get a phone call back over the stupidest thing. They're just like, yep, cool, boom, but and just like they grew up with him, which I think is
that's great because he's surrounded by people that love him,
Yeah.
not just people that are going to say yes to everything.
MGK's had the same manager, I think, since the beginning. No,
Andre and Ashley.
Yeah, same ones. Like
Yeah.
since friends. Yeah,
Really, yeah, they're friends. They
Yeah.
grew up together in Cleveland and.
wow, we're really talking about Machine Gun Kelly.
I know.
Wow, we're getting after it.
It happened.
No problem with that at all. So
Yeah. But hey, no, it's a good thing. He's a cool dude. Like,
I didn't know he was in Bird Box until I actually saw an interview of him about
Tommy
being in Bird
Lee
Box.
in the dirt.
Well, the dirt.
Oh yeah, he
the-
did so good in that. He
Killed it in
killed
that.
it.
I
Yeah,
mean,
Killed it.
great actor.
They're both the same person, like Tommy Lee and MGK. Like it's like okay,
He's
I
working
get
on
that.
a movie with Robert De Niro, and he's gonna play. I think this is the role he's gonna play, like a strung out dude that his girlfriend overdoses, and then he goes after the dealer that dealt them like the fucked up drugs or something. But he's gonna be in a movie with Robert De Niro. That's
cool.
Pretty massive
That's
deal.
cool.
Yeah. So he's kind of. I'm like, when does the dude sleep? Like he's just doing stuff.
I don't know.
All the time,
I just saw him throwing a birthday cake at a car.
Yeah, I
this
saw that
morning.
too. Yeah.
Like, why would you throw a cake at a car? But okay.
Because it was one of those like Hollywood,
Yeah.
like look at fucking take picture, and
Yeah.
so he's like, fuck it,
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, you know.
I think it's like right in front of the whiskey or something like that.
Yeah.
That's where he is every night now, isn't he? Literally.
It seems like it.
Him and Megan climbing up.
Yeah. The Roxy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, next door.
Yeah.
It's not really. I mean, it's like a block away.
It's a block.
Sunset Strip.
They're at the Rainbow. And
Yeah.
then they go over to Roxy.
Yeah,
Rainbow
right.
sucks now, right? Though.
You just don't. He doesn't like the Rainbow because it's got a minimum you have to buy now. He doesn't like that.
Oh, really? They
He's
do?
voiced that quite a bit.
I
love the Rainbow because I go to AA meetings there when it's open.
Yeah. See,
You go to AA meetings at the
have said
Rainbow.
AA. I should have said 12-step meetings.
Either
Excuse
way,
me.
you go to those at the
If you
Rainbow.
can edit that out, it'd be great.
Yeah.
Yes, in the upstairs. Yeah.
Like upstairs back room or in Lemmy's old machine.
No,
where his
like
poker machine was.
No, the upstairs where like the vampire lair, like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fantastic that they have those, and that's great. That's just, you would never think that they would.
I love going to a 12-step meeting in a bar.
Yeah, and a bar that has that.
I love it.
That has more cocaine done off
I
of the
know,
bathroom stalls.
But I love it. I love it so much.
Okay,
you know?
that's cool. That's good. I mean, talk about fighting temptation as you walk out.
No, it's not even. It's just not even like that. It's just like, why not? Like, you're gonna be surrounded by alcohol and drugs no matter what. So you might as well, embrace it, that it's gonna be around you.
I agree.
And then just stay sober.
Congrats on being sober.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
How did that happen?
Oh,
do you mind me asking?
No, I don't mind you asking at all. God, how did I get sober?
Yeah, or what was the catalyst?
I mean,
well, I literally lost everything. I fucked up my whole life. I was doing radio in San Francisco, and I was just doing some shady stuff, and I lied, and I got caught, and they fired me. And then I became kind of high class homeless, if you will. I had just moved to Marin with my boyfriend, and obviously lost the job, so stopped paying rent. They got kicked out. So we had, nowhere to go, and it still wasn't enough to quit doing drugs. Drugs was number one priority, and then ended up kind of working in a winery for a while, and I was doing a ton of speed because I didn't have enough money to always get heroin, and the speed counteracted the dope sickness. And then I remember one day I was serving these people, and they came in, this busload of people, and I was serving them, and I'm so strung out on speed, and they tasted wine, whatever, walked out, and I'm convinced to this day they came back in, and they had done a costume change, and one guy had drawn on freckles, and it just freaked me out so much. To this day, I have no idea if it was real or not. No idea.
How long had it been since you slept at that point?
Ugh, I don't know.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it's who knows? But I remember that day I quit, and then a couple days later I moved down home and I went to rehab. And my friend Morgan convinced me to tell my mom that I need to go to rehab. Still get out of rehab, relapse. And then a good friend of mine passed away from the disease, and that had a really big impact on me because we were hanging out a lot, and and it just really fucked with me. And then I met someone in the program that really just had this profound effect on me, and it was just kind of, I could just kind of tell he was hanging out with me, but it was going to get to that point where he's going to be I can't be around you anymore, because I was a mess, and no one wanted anything to do with me. My family was done with me. I barely had any friends left. And so I called him and I was hey, I'm going to go check myself into the psych ward, and I'm going to just tell them that I want to kill myself. And so I did. I walked in there and I just was yeah, I want to kill myself. And so they 5150'd me. And then I spent New Year's Eve in the psych ward of 2015 going into 2016 in Long Beach, and it was insane. It was One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest shit. It was nuts. Yeah. And I was just how the fuck is my life like this? I wasn't raised like this. How the hell did I get here? And then I got out on New Year's Day, and that same friend picked me up and had arranged for me to go into a sober living. And so I went there for 9 months, and that's how I got sober.
Sick.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Yeah, thanks.
Congrats.
That's
awesome.
Yeah, I had just hit a place where I just was so tired of being unhappy and feeling so empty, and I was chasing this feeling that I was never going to get back. It's you get high for the second time in your life, and it's so incredible, but then you're chasing that for the rest of your life, and you're never going to get there. And it's pain demands to be felt. So it's the shit's going to come out no matter what. And I just had to kind of recognize, like, I'm not like everybody else. And obviously the way that I'm doing things is not working and has not been working for a while. And I had like just fucked up so many things in my life, and, you know, squandered opportunities. And I just was, I couldn't do it anymore. I was either going to die or go to jail, and I could feel it, you know?
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
It's good that you have purpose now and that you're not where you were.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's like two completely different people, honestly. I was like really sketchy, you know? Speaking
of sketchy, let's talk about this New Year's Eve thing. So when you're 5150, don't they, it's 24-hour suicide watch then? So
it's like 72 hour.
But I mean, it's 24 hours they're monitoring you at all times.
I mean,
no,
kind of.
They just put you in a room and say, don't kill yourself for a while.
Yeah, I mean, they strip you of everything that you could kill yourself with. They take your shoelaces. They take like the little thing on your sweatpants. Like it's like they take all that shit and they put me in a room with someone else. I have no idea who it was. And I mean, the door is open, but you just like, and then they just come and administer you like drugs and stuff. Nice. And then they had to and so they ended up transferring me to a place. I remember I was in an ambulance. I mean, it was all just very chaotic. I was really lucky when I got to Long Beach because I was like really dope sick because I was thinking I was going to this place and they were gonna like, it was also a rehab too. So I was like, okay, they'll be able to like help me get off the heroin, but they weren't giving me anything for it. So when I got to Long Beach, I was like, I'm dope sick, like I need Suboxone. So luckily they were able to call this doctor and he was able to like call it in, so I wasn't like completely losing my shit in this fucking hospital. And then I just like weaned myself off of Suboxone and like I just kind of did it myself, I guess.
Cool. So you're 100% sober now. No alcohol, no nothing, no
coffee.
Coffee. Oh yeah.
She's sucking a Red Bull down right now.
Well, no, some people.
Thank you for the sponsorship, Red Bull. Please. Sorry, had to plug that. No.
But I don't do anything that affects me from the neck up, essentially.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The neck up. Does that mean you surf a lot? I don't know what that means.
That's like anything that's gonna affect your your brain,
cool.
where you have a head change.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool. I'm trying to. I was like, what the hell does that mean? I don't know what that means.
Well, no, this fucks with you. This stuff does. Hey, I can drink like 8 of these in a day.
Oh my god, that sounds terrifying.
It's horrible.
Yeah, I would have a panic attack for sure. I can have like one of these, and I mean, I don't drink them every day.
When I used to be tour driving, I used to drink these.
And
what they don't tell you is that Red Bull,
gives you wings.
Besides making you fly,
it's a diuretic. It'll make you shit your brains out.
It reduces all the potassium levels in your body.
Really?
So if you overtake Red Bull, your stomach doesn't churn because your potassium needs. I don't know.
Gosh.
Blah 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 blah.
That's why you drink these.
No, well, they don't tell you that. But when you're tour driving, you're not really eating healthy food.
No.
So
you're not doing anything healthy.
Like a massive ulcer.
Have you ever seen the picture of the kidney? Have you ever seen the picture of the kidney of the person that used to drink like 6 Red Bulls a day?
6. I'm not even kidding you, and I'm not exaggerating. I used to drink probably around 12 to 18 a day.
What the fuck, dude? That's insane.
For years, and I mean like years, to a point where I had a almost a golf ball sized ulcer.
Yeah, he's gonna experience childbirth for a man. So I'll tell you why. So what happens to your kidney is the kidney stone factor. So your body is not meant for any of this crap we're drinking right now.
Well, yeah,
so it's terrible. Sorry, Daddy. Give me the money. Anyway, when you get this, you can generate mass amounts of kidney stones, and a kidney stone for a male is like having a child because you're squeezing this giant rock out through your dick. And he's going to get it bad. And so am I, because I drink a lot of these too. I don't drink as many as those, but these are so bad for your body.
Yeah, I know. Well, yeah, you can taste it. You can tell when it's going in. You're like, this can't be good, But yeah, I drink them like not that much, I try to. No.
How many cups of coffee you drink a day?
I'd have like 2 cups of coffee a day.
Creamer?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of creamer?
I do half and half.
Oh, okay.
I do just like a splash of half and half.
I drink the stuff that doesn't have an expiration date on it. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, you really go for it.
Hey,
You really go
I'm
for
already
it.
fucking
Yeah,
my life
honestly,
up
I'm
anyway,
so
so.
not picky about like what creamer go. I'm like, I don't care if it's oat milk or fuck whatever. Just put it in there and let me drink it. You know, that's kind of my
oat milk sounds good.
philosophy. Oat milk is good.
It's like the new trend coming out. Everybody's like, oat milk.
Yeah,
oh.
I know. I don't care. I can't keep up with it. You know?
They ran out of almond
Oat
boobies
milk.
to squeeze. So.
So where did you get Juno?
Oh, Juno is my dog, and
Yeah.
she came from my aunt and uncle. Yeah, they needed to like rehome
Coolest
her.
eyes.
She's so cool. Yeah, she came into my life. My house was broken into, and so I was looking for a dog, and they needed to rehome her, and it was perfect timing. And from the second I met her, I was like, this is my dog right here. She's weird.
Beautiful
She's
eyes.
goofy.
What kind of dog?
She's a white Siberian Husky. She's got
Oh.
one blue eye and one brown eye.
Yeah.
And she's-
Congratulations with all the hair everywhere.
Oh, it's insane.
right.
It's absolute insanity. It
Like
takes
a
over my whole
hacking
life.
knife.
Yeah.
That's what you have with Jenny.
I know, but that dog.
Dude, oh yeah,
Oh,
you have
all I
no.
wear is black,
You like
so,
literally
like-
same. Well, same,
Yeah.
dude. My
We're-
life is lint
we're matching
rolling
today for some
and laundry and vacuuming. That's my life.
And they're just in hell with days like day. Like, why is it October
And
at this taping?
yeah.
And it's 100 out.
I know.
Why is it 100 today?
Because
I know.
our world
global
is
warming.
falling. Yeah.
We're doomed. We're gonna
Yeah.
have fires until
Because of global
December.
warming.
It doesn't
Right?
exist. It's not real.
Yeah.
It's not
dream.
real.
The fact that it's 103 degrees in October.
Yeah.
I mean,
And it got hot early this year too. It was like May. Last year, and it did not summer before, it was like July, and I was like, when the fuck is it gonna get hot? This year it's like May,
Yeah.
boiling.
yeah, which is weird though, because they've already had their first 2 frosts in the Midwest.
Yeah, well, that's the reason why we don't live in the Midwest.
I'm just saying though, like the fact that it's getting colder there right
Yeah.
now, and here it's sweltering hot.
Yeah.
So, which means this is
They
turning
had a
more and
snow
more.
too, didn't they? They had a big snow in like
It's snow in the mountains, probably.
in Chicago.
Negative. Google that. Give that a Google.
I
Yeah.
heard Colorado had like such
And-
a quick turnaround in temperature where it was like so fucking
That's
hot.
what it was. It snowed
and
in
then
there,
it was
and
yeah,
the
it was
next
like
day
so
it was
hot.
like 60
yeah,
degrees
exactly.
hotter.
Yeah. That's what I heard, and I was like, that's not good at all. That can't. You know, it was totally Colorado. I'm telling you right now.
Adam can't have us talk while he's Googling. Hold on, wait, stop talking. I need to Google this. He struggles.
He's a special one. We love him.
And we do.
We love him for it.
And we do. He's one of those kids that you have to walk through the mall with a leash on.
Yeah.
That,
Oh, yeah.
That's Adam.
100%.
Even at his age, though.
I bark.
Adam, come. Oh. Are you done Googling?
I can't find this.
That's because it didn't happen. Either way. So,
It was definitely Colorado.
yes, it was Colorado.
Yeah.
It snowed there, and then like the next day it was
April
70.
15th, it snowed.
What's the date? You get out of here. Go away. So that was late in the year. You're
Yeah.
drunk. You're out of control. You're out of control. Drink another Red Bull.
I know. Sorry, I couldn't figure that one out.
What the hell's going on?
No, because I've never met Juno, and I see her on your Instagram, and I'm like,
She's cool. She takes a little while to warm up. Like
the people.
yeah, like especially dudes. She's really, really like she'll bark at you a lot, and then but once she like gets to know you a little bit, she'll calm down a little while. I just have to be careful with her around other dogs. That's the only thing.
Really?
Yeah, that's why my aunt and uncle had to get rid of her because she started fighting with one of their other dogs. So I have to like,
Oh,
really watch
shit.
her. Yeah.
So we found Jenny in the middle of the desert.
Oh my god, in the middle of the
Did I ever
desert?
tell you about
no.
You've never told this on the show. Tell the story. This is a great story. Everybody listen to this.
So me and April were just decided in the middle of this, we're like, fuck this shit, we're getting out of LA. So we packed everything we could to kind of go quote unquote camping in the car.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't camp once, but we drove to Bryce Canyon in Utah, found a hotel, cool, then drove to Monument Valley.
Nice.
And we stayed at Golders Lodge, which is like the only hotel in the middle of Monument Valley in Utah.
Mm-hmm.
And she really wanted to go see Horseshoe Bend because there was like all the the meteor shower.
Oh wow.
But then her fucking cell phone wasn't working, so she was like, I'm calling Sprint, I'm pissed off, I can't even get any signal. And she spent about an hour and a half on the phone with Sprint arguing with Sprint. This all is leading to something. Trust
Oh
me.
my god.
And
Sprint part was not a part of the original story.
all right,
Continue your
no,
Sprint.
but it's leading to something, right? So, but if she hadn't been arguing on the phone with the phone company, we wouldn't have found her, and that's kind of the whole point.
Okay,
but
so lead up to
so
the
we're
good part of the
driving.
story.
We're driving in the middle of nowhere to Horseshoe Bend, and she's, you know, in the movie Forrest Gump, where he's like running, and then he stops, he turns around, and he's like, "I'm tired.
Yeah.
I think I'll go home now."
Yeah.
If you look in that movie, you can see that at exact point where he stopped, like turned around, the lay-by about 6 feet to the right of him was where we found her.
Oh, whoa.
On Forrest Gump Hill. So we called her Janny.
Isn't that an awesome story?
Oh, shit.
And
oh, my God.
And she was eating gravel.
He wanted to call her Cheez-It.
I wanted to call, because the only thing that we had to get her in the car, I had like a bag of beef jerky
Yeah.
and a whole box of Cheez-Its. So we went through the beef jerky, and then she's like slowly moving away, and I'm like, yo, this dog's gonna die.
Yeah.
It's like 100 degrees outside in the middle of Utah in August, and so I started feeding her the Cheez-Its. And then she got through like 3/4 of the box of Cheez-Its. I was like, yo, this dog is going to shit everywhere inside the car. and I didn't know what it was. Like, April sped past her, and she was like, that's a dog. I was like, no, it's not. That's a coyote.
Oh my
It's like,
God.
don't stop for the coyote.
How sad.
And it wasn't. It was part coyote, part terrier.
She's part coyote.
You seen her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at her.
Look at her face. That's a coyote.
Really?
Yeah. So she's like she's a coyote terrier.
Oh wow,
mix.
she's a cool dog though.
She's
I
a
like her a
carrier.
lot.
And I thought like, you don't know when you're picking up like a dog in the middle of the day. I was like, this dog's gonna bite me. We're nowhere near the hospital. Like, my arm's gonna fall off. And so we like wrapped her in a towel, and she just like plopped in the front seat of the car and went to bed.
Oh,
That was it. She was like,
oh my gosh.
and then we brought her back to the hotel, gave her a bath because she was covered in shit.
Oh,
she
yeah.
was like
Yeah.
she shit all over herself.
Yeah.
And like,
That story just turned.
you can feel her spine. Like, it was bad. Like,
Oh my god.
and we gave her a bath, and then the next day we took her to Flagstaff, took her to the hospital, veterinary hospital, got her all of her shots, and then drove back to LA.
Oh my gosh.
And so she's
I
been
love it.
2.5 months. She's been here.
Oh my gosh.
So now you got to use the accent when you go down there. Jenny.
I was running. yeah.
That's literally it.
You named your dog after a boat.
That's so great.
She's
I'm
cool.
so happy you have her. I know. And I walked in, I was like, this dog is dope.
She is dope, but
Yeah.
she's like a puppy. She's 8 months, maybe
Oh wow. Okay.
maybe
yeah.
9 months, and we've had her
Yeah.
for 2 months.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Oh my god. It was a
Training.
miracle that you got her, that you found her.
Yeah.
You know?
and April was like, it's my time. She's always wanted like a dog that has like 3 legs.
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
and
Dog's perfectly healthy.
well, yeah, but it's perfect because we got a puppy that was like, we saved it. We actually rescued a dog rather than going to like a rescue shelter. We rescued a rescue.
Yeah.
Nice.
This is a legit rescue. I mean,
Yeah,
this is like a
exactly.
rescue from the streets.
Yep.
You know?
Took her
From the
1,000
canyons.
miles.
Yeah.
It was cool. And getting her back was not easy.
No.
In the car because she wasn't trained at all. So,
Yeah.
Puppy in a car. Gave her Benadryl.
Long hours. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I
Go to
was
sleep.
like-
Yeah.
we knock her out.
Go to sleep, Jenny. God damn it.
Yeah. Yeah. But no, it's been cool. It's been fun.
So speaking of movies, what have you been watching? You got all this free time now.
I'm a big documentary watcher.
Oh yeah.
I just watched the I know it's brought up Blind Melon earlier, but I watched the new documentary called All I Can Say. It's all about Shannon Hoon, the singer of Blind Melon that overdosed and passed away. He carried a camcorder around with him everywhere. So all the footage is all his own footage.
What's it on?
You have to rent it. I think I rented it on YouTube or something.
Okay.
And it was so good. It was really good because I've just always like wanted to know more about him and like what he was really like. And I feel like you really get to know what he was actually like because it's all his own footage, you know. And and I loved it. It was a really good watch.
It's like the Kurt Cobain movies. Like he made all those home movies, and then they put the documentary. I think it was last year too.
Yeah. Was that the montage of Heck one, or was that a different one? I don't remember.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
There's been a lot.
But I've seen so many documentaries. It's like, it's crazy. If you've never seen the Oasis Supersonic documentary, oh, it's excellent. COVID high five. It's like, it's the best. I've probably watched that documentary like 6 times.
So
I'm not
good.
gonna lie. I love it.
So I remember that show
Oh my God.
because I grew up in England.
I know.
And
so you were there?
I wasn't there,
I was
but I
gonna
remember
say, oh,
watching it.
shit.
I remember watching it on TV
Uh-huh.
live.
Wow.
The
That's so
network
cool
show.
that they broadcasted it on TV. It's amazing.
That was one of the first like big concerts because that was their big thing.
Mhm.
And then Robbie Williams went and nailed that out of the park later.
Uh,
No one knows who Robbie Williams is here.
I can't.
I know who he is. Was he Can You Fill Me In? Was that no, that's not him. Who's Robbie? I remember he had some
I
song.
don't wanna rock, DJ.
Yeah, okay, I remember that one. He had a song on one of those now
Yeah.
like 5 or whatever the fuck. So I remember the name Robbie Williams, but he didn't blow up here.
I know.
He was like maybe got a little radio play.
It happens all the time.
Yeah, but he's like massive over there.
It's like David Hasselhoff.
Dude, I was a huge Robbie Williams fan when I was younger.
Oh my God, you
Like,
still are. Come on, it's okay.
so much. I
Yeah.
know. I have no problem with it
Yeah.
at all. I love it.
Good.
And everybody I say over here, was, who the fuck is Robbie Williams? I
Yeah.
was like, the guy had a headline concert for 475,000 people
It's
in London.
nuts.
Name the biggest Teano band on the planet.
Who?
Teano music. They played to 50 to 100,000 people every time they play.
Can you?
See?
No idea.
Teano?
Yeah.
You know what Teano music is?
No.
It's Spanish, Mexican music.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So it's like Mana or some
But
shit.
yeah, but like Menudo or something like that.
Okay.
But like you don't know that. There's different markets. Come on,
Mana.
we're all
I
in
don't
radio
know.
and music. Come on.
No, I know. But like rock music in the UK
I don't
and
know
the US
anything about
kinda-
Latin music.
No.
Well, but I'm just saying the different aspects of somebody that's massive in Europe as
Yeah.
opposed to they can come to. Well, I mean, I
like
have clients.
Maluma.
I have clients in Europe that'll play in arenas and they come to America and they can't play to 15 people.
Yeah, totally.
So
You ever heard of Maluma?
I have.
So
Remember that night at the
Oh!
thing? Remember the Maluma lookalike? Remember this?
Oh my god.
I think you're obsessed with Maluma.
have no
What is
Because like
Maluma?
every time
I
I,
need to know
see
what
you,
that
it
is.
comes up.
Well, it's just the same. You don't know who Maluma is?
No.
It sounds like a skin disease, right?
Yeah.
You have a Maluma. Right?
Melanoma.
Yeah, well that's
Yeah.
what I think. Right? Maluma is the largest, one of the largest. He's got more followers and bigger followings than Justin Bieber.
Yeah, it's like massive. But he's
Bigger.
Latin too, isn't he?
It could
He
be
is
worse.
that. Yeah.
He's got like 55 million on Instagram.
I didn't know who
see.
Russ was until I walked past the Staples Center on his third night of sold out shows. Like, who's Russ? And they're like,
Yeah, 54
you don't know
million.
who Russ is?
54
Yeah.
million.
Maluma has pink hair right now.
Oh yeah.
Everybody.
You gotta check out
Go look
the
up
music
Russ.
video.
See what Russ has.
Russ? Just Russ?
RUSS.
See, you don't even know who Russ is.
No.
And you work on a hip hop
So-
station.
No, I don't. I work on alternative rock.
Whatever.
So
it's the same
the
thing.
cool part about Russ was
3.4 million.
Really? That's it? And
Maluma's got 50 something.
Holy crap.
So Russ released one track a week for 60 weeks, wasn't it? That's how he did it.
Mm,
And he just went boom, boom, boom.
wow.
Throw enough shit at the wall, something's going to stick. And it did.
How many
Jeez.
followers does Marshmallow have nowadays? I wonder.
I'm going to go 12.
You're our Instagram.
I'm going to go 12.
12 million?
12.
No.
What say you?
I think he's got to be in the 20s.
30.3 million.
See what I'm saying?
Shalizi's making bank.
Yeah.
That's that Fortnite money, man. Once he did
Yeah.
that Fortnite
No,
thing,
no,
he
no, yeah.
exploded.
Yeah.
Shalizi has this ingenious thing that he did was he made him a big DJ. And then what he did is he branched them directly into the kids market where he released Melodies, where it's a kids show aimed at Marshmallow. It's Mellow DEES.
Hmm.
Did you buy his Halloween marshmallows, by the way?
And then
No.
You
Oh,
should
no.
buy them.
you
They're
know,
fantastic.
and then he created a marshmallow. and then he sold out in Walmart.
Yeah.
Called Stuffed Puffs. So they're basically it's a marshmallow stuffed with chocolate.
Yeah. It's a real thing.
This?
Yeah.
That's what I said. Did
Jesus
you buy any
Christ. No.
marshmallows?
Yeah.
Oh my God. It's just nuts. These people are.
He's the new Kiss of EDM.
Yeah, 1000%. Yeah.
Hey, I think it's ingenious.
Yeah,
I
it
think
is
it's
genius.
ingenious.
I think I've met him. I just,
You would never know.
You would never
no,
know.
I mean like with the hat on and everything.
Yeah.
He came in the building. I don't give a shit about,
EDM.
No, yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about EDM.
You never got to experience EDC?
Oh yeah, I went 1 year, but I mean, I was fucking high as shit.
Oh.
I didn't. I
That's-
honestly, I
so
didn't
you
know.
like everybody else there,
I
yeah.
didn't know that I went until no, I didn't until my ex-boyfriend he came back into my life like this past year, and he was like, yeah, remember when we went to EDC like when we were together? And I was like, no, like I've never been to EDC, dude. And he's like, yeah. I was like, no, I've never been to the one in Vegas. Like he's like, it was here in LA. It was like one of the first years of EDC. I was here in LA and we went apparently. And I'm like, oh shit, we did go. Like we did. Oh, I'm
Wow,
like, yeah,
that is really high.
yeah. Oh yeah.
I went to a festival. I don't remember that.
Oh yeah, that's that's
I've
a
been-
large.
I've been
part of
drunk
my
enough where
life.
I've like skipped through a festival I've been through, and I
Yeah.
don't think I've ever forgot an entire day.
Oh yeah. Well, just
Yeah, I get it.
yeah.
I get it. I
Yeah,
mean,
just no. And I obviously didn't give a shit about it,
Mhm.
because like I don't
It all
care about
sounds
this
the same.
music.
I'm
Yeah,
sure you're just like,
yeah, it's terrible.
I worked in it for a while, and I was like, this is just
It's not for me.
It's not for me
Yeah,
either.
it's a no for me.
yes.
Yeah,
Me too.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Hey, back to melanoma. What's your fixation on this melanoma thing?
I just think so. Basically, I got hired to run a thing for AT&T for him.
Do you
on
think
a
people follow
domestic
him?
Scale.
Like old people follow him because they think they're looking up stuff for their skin?
Well,
Do you think that's why?
Yeah, they might. It's like a WebMD
Yeah.
situation.
You gonna tell me what's this?
Do you have a
boil on my
Yeah.
arm?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
Pops out with like something with little pink hairs in there.
Oh my God.
Dr. Pimple Popper
Well,
like tags him in post.
I was working for this marketing agency developing all the live shows for a lot of their large artists, and they were like, "Hey, can you please run all the production for this Latin artist that we have? He's pretty big. His name's Maluma." And I'm like, "All right, cool." He was like, "Yeah, he's used to playing stadiums, but we have a 500-person club. Can you make it work?" And I was like, "Who the fuck is this?"
Yeah.
And I looked him up, and I was like, "Holy shit! Actually, it's legit."
Mm-hmm.
He had a bigger security personnel than most of the room,
Yeah.
and we would go in like this 500-person club. There's probably like 50 security.
Mm-hmm.
Like
We did that around Billboard.
it was like,
Mm-hmm.
and then because I was working with this like Latin group of this company, and they were all giggly and like starstruck for it. I've met musicians my whole fucking life. I think I got starstruck one time in my entire fucking life. Had nothing to do. It's just like all
Who
right.
Who were you starstruck by?
Alice Cooper.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Alice Cooper.
Hell yeah.
Download Festival. 2000 and I want to say.
So you like that we had Calico on? Then?
Nine. I did not bring this up with her.
Why not? You should have brought that up.
I
We-
did not.
We had Alice's daughter on the show.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I
Well,
did
that's
not.
rad.
Because I
My
didn't want to
mom
be
is
like,
a
I got
massive-
starstruck in front of your dad.
Yeah, totally, yeah.
Hey.
Said
Probably
that.
used to it.
She laughs about those
I
things.
do, but I don't want to be that guy. You know to be like, yo, I had a tequila shot, and then I had probably 7 more
Yeah.
because I was getting really nervous,
Uh-huh.
and that was it.
Making good music is hard, but marketing your music shouldn't be. It's simple.
Simple was born out of the idea of wanting to help musicians and industry professionals better navigate the modern music industry.
Whether you're an artist, band, manager, or record owner, Simple has a solution for you.
They offer Facebook and Instagram ads management services, Spotify growth, content marketing consultations, and so much more.
Visit their website at oddlysimple.xyz. That's SIMPL, no E, .xyz.
No we. Go check it out.
Thanks. Agent Live 360, the world's first and only publicly offered CRM software designed specifically for sports agents.
AL360 is an incredible state-of-the-art software that does everything from keeping track of clients, professional, and college teams, to even company finances and client return on investment.
This system does it all. Visit agentlive360.com for full details.
Go check it out.
Have you ever been starstruck? That's the question I have to ask.
I mean, yeah. I mean, of course. I mean, you just get excited, you know? Like, I interviewed Liam Gallagher, and
that would have been for me.
Like,
that would have been me.
I was, like, very, very, very nervous. I also found out I was doing the interview, like, plus 10 more, like, the night before. So I was, like, up till 4 a.m., like, prepping. But the interview with Liam was, like, amazing. Like, life-changing, like, just fucking
He just
epic.
doesn't give a fuck.
He doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, he's like, fuck it.
Yeah, he's like, fuck it. He, like, walks in, he, like, gave, like, one of the promo kids, he, like, hands him, like, an Altoid case. And he's like, you hold on to that. And, I mean, there's probably all of his fucking drugs in there. You know what I mean? Like,
Put it
and
on
he just,
eBay.
like, sat down, and he was just down to talk about whatever. He didn't give a fuck.
He actually wants to get
A
back
reunion.
together.
I know.
He
I
does.
asked him.
And Noel
doesn't want to do it.
Noel's like, fuck that cunt.
I know.
I
know.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll ever happen again.
No, because Noel.
Yeah, he's not having it.
Noel's become the one with the attitude problem.
Yeah.
It's like switch.
No.
Noel and his high flying birds.
Yes.
Not that great. They're not great. I'm not gonna lie. Liam Gallagher's, his solo stuff
Yeah.
is better,
I agree.
and he isn't even
Yeah,
the more
songwriter.
talented
Yeah,
one.
I know. I agree.
But when Liam did those reunion shows last year, and I'm watching all this shit in the UK, I'm like, why was I not there? Why have I moved back to the States?
I know.
Oh no,
I'm, like, dying
Oasis
to
when I was
see
growing up were
Oasis.
like
yeah.
one of my all-time favorite. 93, 94, 95. I remember when What's the Story came out, and they were on the news all the time. They were like, it was just
they were
one
the biggest thing ever.
after another, and that's when I was like 8.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like just starting to learn like Oasis, Green Day, Deftones.
Yeah. Yes.
Weezer.
Yes.
Yeah,
All came
Deftones
out
are
at
my
the same
favorite band.
Deftones are probably one of my favorite bands.
They
of
are
all
my
time.
favorite band.
Chino's a
number
good
one.
interview, but Abe is way better.
Yeah, they always give Abe to like radio and all that stuff. Chino very rarely does an interview, but he did my friend's podcast recently, Boo Crew podcast, and it was really cool to get to hear a completely different side of Chino. You know, just he was very much more personal, and it was like I was like, oh, this is so great. I loved it.
Didn't they have a big falling out recently or something?
Deftones? They just released a new record.
They just put out an album. Yeah. No, they're all good.
No, they're good.
Yeah. As far as I know.
We bump into them all the time because I live in Sacramento. So
Okay.
like, they're always at Ace or they're always at some place. And it's like, oh.
Yeah,
What's
because
up,
they
babe?
recorded their last album at that studio in Sac, which they hadn't done so in a long time.
Mhm.
But otherwise, Chino lives in Portland now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that's pretty cool. You got to like run into them while they were recording, you know?
We run like all those guys. You know, the Pop Roach guys are always there.
Mhm.
And I mean, they're all, that's the hometown. And
Yeah,
the guys
yeah.
guys from Cake are always running around. So,
Nice.
Name dropping the Cake.
Yeah.
So. 90s.
He seems to think that Sacramento has got a bigger music scene than
It does, and I'm going to tell you why.
Los Angeles.
So again,
check this shit out.
listen. So you would not even realize how many bands live in Sacramento or Sacramento area. Yes, there's a shit ton of people that live down here, but they all live up there too. I'm telling you, it's uncanny how many people live there.
Prove it.
Okay.
Prove it.
Do we have to list all their addresses on the show?
I remember going to see Middle Class Rut at Aces.
Oh,
we booked them.
I love that band.
They're still good. I mean, there's only 2 people in the band,
I
but
know.
they're great. So
They're great.
it was like them
I
and
really
Local
like
H,
them.
fantastic.
Yeah.
2 pieces. And then White Stripes fucked it up for everybody and just got too big. So
Nah, yeah. Royal Blood.
they're great.
Yeah.
They're really good.
So good.
I remember when they toured with the Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
that was their big launch.
That was I
Yeah.
remember that back when I seen them in
They
Brighton.
just put out a new song, too. It's different. I like their, like, OG sound, but I understand that they have to try to get played on
Diversify,
radio. You know?
I hate that when bands do that. They're
I
like,
know, but,
they're like,
what choice do you have?
stay original
Yeah, I
and
know.
and be good.
Yeah,
and,
but you want to make money at some point.
well,
Or, like... And you can sort of try to like keep your sound while like trying to be more, I don't know. I don't want to say mainstream, but
We were talking about this earlier today, though. AC/DC made the same record for 50 years. They just kept putting the same thing out.
yeah,
If it works,
And it worked
just
for
keep
them.
making it. Yeah.
yeah.
yeah,
I think Korn got real innovated there for a while, and then Head came back, and then it turned back into Korn again.
Korn was only good for 2 albums.
You stop talking, or else we're gonna fight right in the show. I don't care. I will
3
punch
at a
you
push.
in your
Follow the leader,
fucking
and then it
throat.
just followed downhill from that.
God.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding you.
You're out of your
Korn,
league.
Life
out
is
of your
Peachy.
league.
Follow the leader. Then
I want to interview Head. I would love to talk to him.
Yes.
That would be epic.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we have a lot in
Great
common.
dude. Obviously sobered up too.
Exactly.
He found religion though. I don't know. Did you find religion?
I don't prescribe to religion, but I believe in God and I'm a spiritual person.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he definitely had Did you see his documentary too?
I did.
The Showtime one about
It's
him and his
really
daughter.
good. Yeah,
really
it's
good.
really good. That was when I was like, I love you. I want to interview you. Yeah.
Because he was the crazy one. Man.
Yeah.
Like I knew those guys back in the Family Values days, you know. And I mean, they were nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, Fieldy out there drinking a 36 pack by himself. I'm just like, man, you guys are crazy.
Yeah.
But,
Ugh.
Wild
dude, Coors Light. That's where it was at, man.
Coors Light. A nice, refreshing Coors Light.
Yeah.
30
Because it's like drinking water. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Coors Lights, man.
I don't know. If you're gonna drink something, at least drink something decent. Like
Coors Light's better than Bud Light.
That's what the drugs are for.
Come
They
on.
offset the bad,
Yeah.
bad beer.
any light beer is shit.
Well,
like,
yeah.
if you're gonna drink beer, you drink.
Not when you're like an addict and alcoholic. You don't give a fuck what you
Yeah,
drink.
you just put something into your
Yeah,
body and there it
exactly.
goes. Yeah.
I don't know.
Just saying.
I would always be like, ugh.
I would love to be
I
able
was
to
like
drink a beer
bougie
right
as
now.
fuck
I
with
would love
that,
it. I not to be gross on it, but I found out I had a gluten problem like a year or two ago.
Oh shit.
So, and beer was, just, be drinking the darkest beer possible all day long. And now I just crave a beer.
Oh my
whenever I have.
gosh. So
now-
you can't have any beer.
Pretty much, unless it's a gluten-free beer.
Yeah.
And
Do those exist?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's just all White Claws and Trulies. So I kind of feel.
Yeah.
I have a White Claw and a Truly.
You're like, it's gonna have a White Claw.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
no big deal. You
My
know.
spritzer.
Yeah. Oh my
Maybe
god.
put like a raspberry in there.
Oh,
for me.
totally. Yeah. Maybe like a blueberry if you're feeling really
Yeah,
risky,
for color.
You know?
You have a
Yeah.
little, one
Pick
must
that
have a
brown.
hint
Yeah.
of color. you know?
Yeah. Absolutely.
No,
Now that we're on this tangent of me adding color to my fruitful drinks. So stupid. What the hell were we talking about? We were talking about something before we segued into.
Oh, my brain is dead. I have no idea.
I don't know.
yeah, well,
I think it's funny though that you have to do all the prep and we don't give a fuck what we talk about on here. It's just like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
I mean, when I do my podcast, I just prep basic stuff. I don't go in with questions. I just let it go wherever it goes. But when you're doing a radio interview, it's very different, because it's like, okay, you got 10 to 12 minutes and you want to like obviously touch on
everything.
the important things. So yeah, very different prepping for radio than for podcast,
true.
What's your dream? 10 years from now, where do you want to be as a radio presenter?
I would love to be able to cross over into animation, voiceover.
Ooh.
I want to
We have to introduce you to Calico.
please introduce me to someone that's doing something. 'Cause I don't have any previous experience doing it, but I just love doing weird, wacky voices. And don't ask me to do one because I hate when people do that. I just feel like it would be so much fun, and I would love to get started on the ground up with something that they're not making any money, they have no prospects, and just I'll be like, you don't have to pay me, I want to come in on the ground and become South Park, you know what I mean? That's
I like how you went South Park and not Mark Hamill, because Mark Hamill is the king of voiceover.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
So.
but no, I just mean, you know what I mean, that type of show, where it would just be brilliant and hilarious, and you fall in love with the characters. I would love to do voiceover for animation and make a lot of money doing that.
That's cool.
Yeah, because I don't know. Riding the wave of radio is very uncertain. I don't know how long it's going to go for. I don't know what the future is going to be. So who knows? For all I know, I'll get out of the racket altogether and I'll go back to graduate school and I'll finish becoming a marriage and family therapist, which is what I was going to do. I don't know, whatever I feel like I'm called to, if, maybe my calling at that time will be I want to help out more addicts and alcoholics. And so I can find a way to do that. You know what I mean? So
That's cool.
I don't know. I'm just kind of riding the wave and just
Is there
trying
a lot
to be
of turnover
present.
in
Yeah.
I remember actually hearing this, something about some KROQ, one guy that got laid off after.
Can we talk about that? We can cut right here. We don't talk
Okay.
about it.
Yeah.
Because that's
Yeah.
that's actually a really big subject, and that's radio's fucked right now.
Yeah.
Is
So
it?
you probably shouldn't talk about that. So
Okay.
Yeah, we'll talk about it after.
cut into something
Yeah,
different.
yeah.
Cut.
So,
Yeah.
we had
But-
our edit guy will just cut it.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
so we can
yeah.
segue into something else. So
But I love what I do, and I am super like, I always say this, like, I feel like radio happened to me. Like, I did not seek it out. It literally like happened to me, and it's the only thing I feel like I'm really good at, and like I love doing it. It's like a very specific, like, weird skill set, and so I'm just gonna like do the best I can while I get to do it, and then
How did you
go
get
from
into
there.
it?
I was at
Because it's hard.
yeah.
It's hard to get into. Like people
I mean,
dream of
it's-
doing what you want to do for a living.
It's like meeting the right people and also having the talent to back it up, right? So I met Menace up at Live 105's BFD, which is their summer concert, when I was going to school in the Bay Area. So Live 105 is the alternative station in San Francisco. I'm still on up there. It's called Alt 105.3 now, but same station. And I met Menace. I was on a bunch of mushrooms, and I was with my friend Madeline. And she was like, oh, we're going to meet my friend Menace. He works at the radio station. He's going to give us better tickets. And I was like, sweet. So we got better tickets. And then she left. And I was like, I'm not leaving. Like, I'm fucking flying right now, and just having a great time. And then Menace comes up and he's like, hey, he's like, I got an extra backstage pass. Where's Madeline? You guys want to go backstage? I was like, she's gone, but I'm down to go, So we're like walking around, and my eyes are like big as fuck. And I'm just like having the best time.
where
like,
were you at? Which venue?
The
region?
Shoreline Amphitheater.
Shoreline. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And so we're like, I'm on stage,
Mountain
like
View.
watching Social D, and I'm like on mushrooms, and I'm like, this is so fucking awesome. And so Menace just could tell, he's like, this girl's like really into music, And like, so he would like invite me to station events, and I would go out, and he was like, you should come and intern on the Woody Show. And I was just like, oh, like I can't, like I have school, like blah, blah, blah. But it like planted a seed in my brain that like you could go into radio as a career. I never fucking thought about it before. And then when I graduated from college, I moved to, well, I was like dating someone in San Diego, because I came home for the summer and I was dating someone in San Diego, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna apply for this internship at 91X down there, and if I get it, then I'll move. And I did. I got it.
Oh, cool.
So I like started as like a promotions intern, and just started like being like really hands-on, like trying to learn a bunch of stuff. And then as I do, I got convinced my neighbor to become a Coke dealer. So then I like was doing too much Coke. And
You
then
convinced him to?
I did. I really did. Like I was like coked out one night, and I was like, you know what? You should like start selling this stuff. Like I can bring you like clients. Lying. Like no, I didn't. And the next day I walk over there, and he's like weighing out fucking sacks, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna die. Like, and so one night, like I really like fucking thought I was gonna die. Like was one of the first times I got sober. Anyway, I got let go from the internship because I just couldn't get up, because I was all coke bendered out, and I couldn't go get this like paper signed, because you had to sign up for like one college course to do the internship, and I just couldn't go get the paper signed, and so they fired me from the internship. So then I was like, okay, I'm gonna get sober. Got sober for like 2 seconds. I was like, applied to graduate school back in the Bay Area, go back up. And then like a week before, Menace hits me up, hey, I pitched you to be a sidekick on my night show with me. Do you want to do it? I'm like, yeah. So I like literally move up to San Francisco.
So hold on, I have to.
Yeah.
So you've never been to broadcasting school. You've never done any of this shit,
No.
and you just landed a job in radio.
Yes.
You know how many pissed off people are?
I know.
I went to school for all this, and you just got a job. What?
I know.
No, it's about who you know.
It's crazy.
Right
and
time.
and like
Right place,
yeah,
right time.
and like I think just like passion, just like he knew that I was really passionate about music. And so I drop my bags, I go to Live 105, and like I interview and I start the job that night. And I mean, I was just at first it was just like, so it was the first ever user controlled radio show where like people would vote what songs they wanted on the air, like online and stuff. It was really cool. And so I would be like in the chat room, like trying to like sway people to play certain songs and stuff. And then I would like be like shouting out usernames and stuff. Like I'm like, hey, Yay Area 125, like whatever, So then eventually I end up like making an air check. I found out that like a weekend position was going to become available. So I made an air check with Miles, who is now my music director at KROQ, which is crazy. He was like doing our production up there at Live 105. So I like went in drunk one night. He's like, you got to come in, make an air check. They're going to hire someone. So I went in drunk, made this air check, got hired, didn't even know how to run the soundboard. No idea. So literally had to just like learn it all as I went. I mean, one of my first shows, I said fuck, and I like dump button. Like, luckily, it did not air. And
this
then
is the most punk rock story I've ever heard of a radio DJ ever.
And then I just like figured it out, you know. And then I just remembered like I had to like kind of create this persona for myself because I was so not confident in who I was that I was like, okay, I'm gonna create this like Kat Von D like rocker kind of chick, which is kind of who I am in a way, like, you know what I mean. But I needed like that cloak to like hide behind, you know. And either way, like my program director started listening to me on the weekends, early morning weekends, like Saturdays 6 to 11, Sundays 7 to noon, like early morning. And then he was like, I want to move you to nights. And I was like, you mean like replace Menace? Like what? Like, you know. And so, but Menace didn't get fired or anything. He just like people got shuffled around, you know. And then so I took over nights, middays. Menace and I had a morning show. I had like a lot happen in those like 3.5 years that I was at Live 105. Like everything just happened, you know. It was crazy.
It's natural.
It just worked. It just was like the one thing I was like good at. And then so that was like kind of like how I got in there. But I worked really hard. I mean, I was like going to graduate school full time and working 7 days a week. And I just fucking was like tunnel
sober.
vision. No,
you
no,
weren't
yeah,
sober.
No.
Yeah.
I would like get sober for 2 seconds and then, oh no, I can like smoke weed and just drink beer. And I would play all these like rationalizing games with myself and then always like end up, partying no matter what. Yeah. But I was functional until I wasn't functional anymore. You know how it goes. Yeah. But so that was kind of like
That's such a dope story.
That's a hell of a story.
Crazy. It's just like crazy. Like it was, I don't know. Like it's just I feel like it was fate. I really do. Like it just happened, you know?
It's cool.
And it gave you, and I think it gives you something to do, especially when you have a job. Like when I stopped touring, I was like, what the fuck am I going to do?
Mm-hmm.
You know? I was like, I've been touring for so many years. I have nothing else.
Right.
You know, like what else am I going to do? And luckily I got into doing the airplanes. And I was just like, I never thought in a fucking million years that I was going to be doing plane. I had no idea what the hell I was doing. It was just kind of like pieces putting together.
I have a weird question for you. Do you think anybody would actually hire him? Like if you saw a resume from this guy, would you be like,
resume's
I know.
I gotta hire that guy.
Yeah, right. It's just so all over the place.
I
don't know. But people like you, it's like you're just you're a make it happen person. So that's why people would hire you.
But so are you.
Am I? I don't know.
I think so.
Yeah?
I think definitely with your personality.
Yeah?
I think people don't realize it.
I think we're all salespeople.
I don't really.
All three of us are salespeople.
Yeah, essentially. Yeah.
I just like having fun.
Yeah, me
but
too.
Fun is closing. That's sales.
Yeah.
Fun is closing.
Yeah.
ABCs, brother. Always be closing.
You know, I learned that one of the first. I had no idea about sales. I was never in sales. I was like, I can't sell shit. Why are you employing me in a sales job? They're like, you're fine. You'll be good at this. I was like,
yeah.
I've done logistics for 15 years. Like I haven't had to sell anything. Yes,
you're a natural salesman.
Now it's just been fun.
Mm-hmm.
I just like talking to people.
Yeah.
Like I cold call.
Yeah.
Do you know how awkward?
Oh yeah.
That is. Hello.
Mm-hmm.
And basically I started making a joke out of it, where that I try to make people laugh by the end of the call, which makes me laugh, which more entertains my day.
Yep.
So if I can talk to people about like I cold called this guy, I can't name his name, but he's very good friends with the owner of a very, very, very large telecommunications company. A good $70 billion net worth. And he was like, this is my friend. And I was like, fuck him. And he started laughing. That was a cold call out of nothing. And I got the client.
Yeah, totally.
After just being like, fuck this dude.
Yeah. I think if you're honest and real and refreshing
joking.
and just charming, like people are starved for that.
Yeah.
You know?
As long as you're nice. There's
yeah.
very few. It's very.
And you have to like look out for your intentions towards people. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's like, if your intentions are kind of like, this could work, but I'm not going to force anybody into anything. I'm just going to see that, you know, then they're more apt to like want to do what.
And I just like being nice. I like talking to people and like actually making them laugh, because otherwise I would not be able to sleep at night.
Yeah, 1000%. I agree.
I just like, Like when I hear him laugh, it makes me giggle.
Yeah. His face totally.
The fuck are you talking about?
It was like disgust. Yeah.
Mate,
So
he's gonna do it, guys. No, he's gonna ask this fucking
two
thing.
things you've always wanted to know about Trevor.
In the 14 minutes that you've known me. Jesus.
2 things I've always wanted to know about him.
He asks
Always.
so he asked this question to these guests.
Don't
And
give it away.
I'm not going to give it away.
So
the girls always ask the same stupid questions,
Mm-hmm.
and the guys are always like, I don't know, and they never ask.
Okay, I'll think of a good one. Okay, so what did you want to be when you were a kid?
Ooh.
Wow, she asked a different question. Congratulations. She also interviews people for a living.
Yeah, but still, that's a good one. I've always wanted to know about that.
See, I did know. Like I everybody wanted to be a firefighter or something like that. Like that was a big thing. I guess I always wanted to be a football player, and I was. So
I could see that.
That was easy.
Yeah.
I did it.
Do you want to know what I wanted to be when I was a kid?
I do.
An apple. I literally told my mom that I wanted to be an apple when I was a kid, and it checks out so much. It just fits. Truly.
See, the funny thing I was gonna say, so how high were you at the time you said that, or
I've
were
been
you
high my whole
3?
life, baby.
Or were
Yeah,
you
I was.
3?
Yeah, I was like, well, no, I mean, I think it was probably like 7 or 8. Like I had a functioning brain.
Apple.
Yeah, but that like checks out for me.
We need to make This is no joke. We're gonna make posters for this show or for your show or whatever it is, and say, what do you want to be when you grow up? And just put an apple, and it'll be your face smiling like
Thank you.
an apple.
I know, right?
Because what does that even mean?
That's
talking
I wanna
orange.
be an
exactly
apple.
right.
The
That's
talking
exactly
orange.
right.
Oh,
I just want something that tastes delicious, that doesn't have to do anything, that can just chill, and live on a tree. I mean, it's great.
It doesn't sound too bad. Each to their
my
own?
brain is swirling.
Okay,
with
my second question.
What the fuck? But
My
okay,
second question
yeah,
for
yeah.
you: who is your favorite band?
I mean,
That's a
the
tough
one he
question.
hates. So they're my favorite band of all time.
Korn?
Korn, absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Like the thing is I could
hate them. I just hate every album after
that's fine. So, but no, it's Korn. It's always been Korn. I can listen to almost every record. There's one bad one there, but almost every record from beginning to end, and just get
And
lost
have
in
the
the
best
record
time.
and
Yeah.
not care at all.
That's
so,
the best. That's how I feel about Deftones.
yes. Well, the Deftones, I was really big up to Adrenaline, and then again for me it fell off after that.
Really?
White Pony was great, but I think that
White Pony's epic.
but I only think like four songs are great on White Pony.
Oh,
I don't think the whole
no.
record. And that's just me. So I'm just
Oh man, you were sorely mistaken.
sorry, Abe. He's a drinking buddy. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Abe. But
Wow.
but like it, and their new record, I'm still digesting.
Oh, I
it.
love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah. Genesis is the best song on the album for sure.
Did
But
you like Ohms?
I didn't like it as much like at first, but now that I've been listening to the album and I think it fits in the album and now I get it. And I'm like, yes.
Best Deftones song you've ever heard.
There's a bird. Best Deftones song. Oh
Just
my God.
I can narrow it down to one song. So
Jesus Christ. That's like the hardest question in the
just one that you'd be like, it comes right to your brain first. What was the first song that came to your brain?
Heaven Words.
No. I mean, my favorite is like, oh man, it's like Knife Party is one of my favorites. Petitiera is epic. Back to School, My Own Summer, Be Quiet and Drive.
Quiet and Drive.
Yeah.
Best song for me, Passenger.
Oh yeah. Well,
Greatest
because
song.
Maynard.
Yeah.
Get that Maynard on there.
Like that song just does it for me. I can
Oh,
listen to that
so
song
good.
on repeat
Roll
the entire time.
wind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, what does that mean?
I'm just like, who would be my
Why is the
favorite
Cool Night Air curious?
Yeah.
What is it curious about?
That's
weird.
But that's why I love Deftones songs, is because you don't quite know what he's talking about. He's never obvious about what he's talking about, and it's like you kind of get to make your own story up, but you know the feeling of it.
They're epic live.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. There's just something about the emotionality of whatever the music is mixed with Chino's lyrics that hits me, where I just feel very understood.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
almost like a jazz mixed in with metal.
Yes.
Because
well, it's like, yeah, I mean, like he loves like Sade and like The Cure
oh yeah.
and all that stuff. But, it's like they kind of were like, we're going to make the metal version.
80s Cure.
Yeah,
Not
80s
90s
Cure.
Cure.
Right.
Yeah, 80s Cure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's a total 80s like dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say my second favorite band is like Genesis or Phil Collins. You guys were
Nice.
talking about the reunion's happening over in Europe.
Yeah.
And fucking
Genesis.
Phil Collins went on tour, and our mutual friend, who's a complete piece of shit,
Tony?
yeah,
Oh.
got to go, and he's sending me videos that he has at Phil Collins, and then the whole tour gets canceled in
Well,
America.
Genesis is going back on tour in 2021.
With Phil?
Yeah.
Wow.
How did you not know?
I didn't know that.
I know.
I know Rod Stewart's going on tour in 2022 in Australia.
I love Rod Stewart.
If he's still alive.
I love faces.
Yeah?
Yeah. Oh, I'm a big 60s, 70s freak. Like, a lot of times nowadays, that's all I listen to is like 60s, 70s shit.
It's like
Or
Deep
like-
Purple? Or like the Animals, or what do you mean?
Yeah.
Like, okay,
yeah.
okay.
Like the Animals, the Birds, like
Yeah.
Fleetwood Mac, Crosby, Stills and Nash, Beatles, Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
Best
Stones.
Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young song.
Maybe, I mean, I hate, like Ohio, dude. Like,
Good, yeah. Fantastic song.
yeah. I mean, that's like heavy shit. And it really fits with like what's been going on too with like the protests and all that.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, Kent State and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That's exactly what's
It's
happening.
the same
right now,
exact
so-
thing. It just repeats over and over and over and
But
over.
that's history. History
Yeah,
always
I
repeats
know.
itself.
I know.
My-
I don't know why everybody's so surprised every time.
There's always an oppression, or there's always a divide. They come
Yeah.
together. They have a war. Everybody makes up. They're good for 50 years, do 100 years. They do it all over again.
Yeah.
So
Human nature.
it's hard to make light on everybody's deaths and everything going on, but it's history. You know,
It's terrible.
there's a divide.
It's
People,
annoying.
People can't. It's unfortunately the movie The Matrix got it correct.
Mm-hmm.
There can't be a perfect world. Humans can't.
I don't
live
think
in
that
a perfect
there's gonna
world,
be.
so.
Yeah, exactly.
No. Especially when you have all these billionaires not donating their money back to people.
True.
We could talk about
Facts.
socialism all you want, but we don't need to dive into that right now. So.
I know.
Because giving money to people isn't necessarily the best option or the right option.
Yeah.
It's giving them services like healthcare and giving them the ability to find and succeed.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
You know?
That's what I mean.
Yeah, the basic necessities of life. Yes, not saying here's $500,000.
No,
you should go do something. With
Yeah.
it.
No. But I mean, like, providing full health care, providing, like,
I agree.
making people happy.
I agree.
That would make me happy.
Yeah. Help.
Cat clothing for all the cat lovers in us.
Visit catclothing.net for their full line of cat-inspired clothes.
Hoodies, shirts, tanks, shorts, and even fitness gear are now fully in stock for the fall and winter season.
Again, visit catclothing.net today. Check it out. Thanks, everybody.
Meow, meow.
I have a question, and I don't know if you can answer this or not. So, rehab for people that are listening, because I don't know this because I've never gone through it. Costs of rehab. Like if somebody's on the the edge and they're like, shit, I need to go check myself in. Who pays for that? I don't know. I've never experienced this.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really lucky, and my dad paid for me to go to rehab, but you don't have to go to rehab. Like, obviously, if you need a medical detox, you need a medical detox. A lot of times you can find places that will kind of take you, and if you're like on Medi-Cal or things like that, they'll take that. And a lot of times there's like scholarships and things like that. But I mean, I really wish that I had like an easier answer of like how you really can like streamline those services and get what you need. But they do make you jump through like a lot of hoops and stuff like that. All that I can really say is like inevitably you're going to end up in a 12-step recovery like scenario. So it's like you can save yourself thousands and thousands of dollars by just going to 12-step recovery. Yeah, just doing a detox. Do a 10-day detox and then get out and go to 12-step recovery. But not all people can do that. Like some people need the structure, and sober living is a great alternative. Like it worked for me because I went to rehab and I still relapsed, but I did sober living and I stayed sober. But you got to go to like a legit place, you have to go somewhere that actually is legit and has structure. And essentially it's like your own willingness. Like you have to be as willing to get and stay sober as you were to like drive 3 hours to go cop some dope, So
essentially, like when you watch these intervention shows and all that stuff, and they say you have to go to rehab today, and then they fly them to some huge resort in Arizona. That's not covered by insurance, right? These are people paying for this stuff.
Yeah, those people got like, I think the show pays for it.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah, and I mean you can find like rehab, like just bottom end rehab. Like that's what I went to. Like cheap ass rehab out in Riverside. Like like But it's still really expensive. No matter what, rehab is
It's
a
pricey.
billion-dollar industry. Like,
And
more.
that's what people that might be listening, they might be on that edge,
Yeah.
and they might not know. So Google whatever. Have you bumped into Dr. Drew in all of your meetings of people?
Yeah, I bumped into him just from working at KROQ and just being at the similar events and things like that.
That's what I figured.
Yeah, he does,
gotta
but
get
he
him on the
doesn't.
show.
He may not even remember me. I don't know.
Yeah, because I mean, obviously he's a huge advocate for the rehab stuff,
Yeah.
and I mean,
I got to like have a crossover with him during when he did like his last Loveline show on KROQ, and he was just always super cool. And he was like, just make sure like you get some really good like therapy and stuff like that, and like blah blah blah, which I still haven't done, which is probably gonna be the next thing that I should probably.
I think that's the main thing with this.
I think you're getting it. Just
Yeah.
let it out.
Yeah.
We're
No,
here.
no, I think like mental health right now with everybody is like the crazy fucking thing that.
If we want to dive into the stats, I have all those preloaded, but do we want to like depress everybody? So
No.
like murder suicide rate is up. What is it? 200% right now.
yeah,
Child abuse is up 600%.
you checked this out after.
I checked it this morning
I
actually.
know. I remember. This is like
It's
sad,
and then of
It's-
course the divorce rate is out of this world.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, yeah.
And spousal abuse is up huge percentages. And then now that everybody's back out and about, they're killing each other again. The murder rate is through the roof. You know, in Chicago and New York, what is it? It's 50, 60 people a weekend are getting shot.
That's crazy.
Every weekend.
That's crazy.
And then of those
That's the
getting
depressing
shot,
part.
I think it's 20% die.
It's a very sick, sad little world that we're living in right now, and people are completely losing their edge because of the pandemic and because there's no sense of normalcy.
Yeah.
But even before that, I mean, people have been fucked up. It's just now I think everything is kind of being magnified because everyone's literally on top of each
I
other,
know,
and and
I see him so much. I'm surprised that like he hasn't killed me yet.
Yeah, honestly, like so.
I know, right?
So we do this show, and like it's every week we see each other, and it's like I was so excited because again we were doing these tapings or whatever, and we're like, it'd be about 2 weeks before we see each other, gonna be great. Then all of a sudden, we have these 4 people that can do them in one day. I'm like, you son of a bitch.
oh my god,
I'm like, can I not take 1 week and then I'm back again next week and I'm back in the week after? It's like, man, I just want to sit and do nothing for a little bit. So
yeah.
in a year we're
welcome to
not
my
supposed to
life.
travel. So
Yeah.
have you been on a plane since?
No. Mm-mm.
You're gonna experience some shit.
Yeah.
It was another world.
I probably won't get on a plane anytime soon, honestly.
We went to Nashville,
Uh-huh.
and when all this went to shit, me and April were like, "Peace, we're going to Florida."
Yeah.
We spent 2 months in Florida.
Oh, yeah, I remember texting with you then. Yeah.
I was like, whew. And then everything got really bad in Florida, and we were like, peace.
yeah.
We're out. And Florida sucks. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Everybody's like, "Oh, you should move to Florida." I'm like, I don't think there's one place in this entire country. I would rather live in South Dakota than move to Miami.
Yeah.
Like, it's just
Miami's not Florida. Key West, great spot.
Miami is Florida. Miami's like the epitome of Florida.
I
It's
grew
all
up
the
in like
douchebags
Sarasota,
and-
Bradenton. It's nice.
Sarasota is beautiful,
Yeah.
but it's still Florida, and it still rains every 20 minutes in the summer.
We talk about some weird shit, don't we? We just go on these weird
Yeah,
tangents.
that's great. You can do whatever you want, you know?
Exactly.
Great
Just
thing
saying, we're
about a
talking
podcast.
about let's live in
I mean,
Miami.
it's like watching, it's like Joe Rogan. It's like, just fucking go wherever.
He goes on
you
for
know?
like 3 hours.
I tell you what,
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
not to talk about Rogan's podcast. I was listening to that again yesterday. Man, he's going off about them getting on him about censoring. I don't know if you heard about that.
Well, now he's that's what happens when you accept $100 million.
But he's
for
not
a
being
contract.
censored. He went on and he's telling everybody Spotify has not contacted me whatsoever. They have not contacted my manager whatsoever. I don't know why people think I'm being censored. And I think the reason that they're thinking about that is because of the fact of those people that threaten to quit over the fact that, this LGBTQ thing or transgender issue you had.
What was the issue?
All he did was say something about the fact that it's probably not smart to be able to transition immediately because kids that are turning 18 years old are transitioning right away, thinking that this is what's wrong with me. And then 5 or 6 years later, somebody wrote a book about it. I forgot. I'd have to search out what the book was. 5 or 6 years later, they're like, man, that was a huge mistake. And now I can't go back. And they're having to spend their life in transition. So all his comment was, was maybe you should like live that life for a few years before you completely transition. And
I don't know. That's a fine line there because you're screwing with. I don't know.
Well, it's like anything else. He's putting an idea out in the world, and we live in this like super sensitive, like, like you just
Can't
people.
say that.
Yeah, people forget about Whereas like if we just lived in a space where people, I mean, I see both sides because that community is obviously. They don't want words put in their mouth by a fucking white straight man with white privilege.
Yeah.
So, I see both sides of it, but I see what he's saying too, because you change so much in the ways that you feel emotionally and physically, like the 5 years after turning 18. So that's understandable. And it wasn't like a mean remark. It was
it wasn't at all.
It was just like saying like this might be beneficial, Well,
they were talking about there's a group of 4 girls and like they're all friends and they're all going to go change together. Mm-hmm. So essentially what it could be is one of those girls or 2 might actually need to go through the transition. The other 2 are just following them because they're 18-year-old girls and their mental capability isn't quite there yet to say, I should probably say no to this. Mm-hmm. Not saying that it is. They all 4 might be. Again, it's whatever their decision is because they are adults at that point. But again, you go through some shit 5 years after you turn 18 because you go through a whole life change, especially when you turn 21 and you figure out what it's like to go out. And it's like, man. And then all of a sudden you're a woman and you change into a man and you're like, shit, I can't go back now. Like, that's it. So,
I mean, I wasn't an adult until I probably hit 30.
Mm-hmm. I'm 39. I'm still not an adult.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I remember being 25 and being like, am I supposed to be like a full-grown adult right now? And I was like, I still feel like a fucking child.
I still feel like I'm 17. Yeah.
Exactly. I was saying this the other day. I'm like, I still feel like I'm fresh out of high school.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
And is that normal?
I don't know. Is
that because of our jobs though? Like I ask you that seriously because your job, his job, and my job are not normal compared to the 9-to-5ers that go in and they work at whatever and they have sales reports, whatever.
I think you're right. I think
it's a part of our job, but I also think it's part of our generation too. Because I think a lot of people that I know that are doing real jobs still feel the same way. They're just like, I just feel like I'm acting like an adult. Like I'm having, I'm acting out in the world like I'm an adult, but I feel like I'm, like I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Yeah.
But maybe that's everybody. Like maybe that's our parents too.
I don't
know. Actually, yeah. My dad definitely still acts like a fucking child.
Mm-hmm.
Acting in the way you feel internally though. Like
73-year-old baby.
Huh?
But I'm saying, especially for you and for you, like if you sat there and knowing that, say it's been 20 years. I don't know how you.
I love you, Dad.
Like say it's been 20 years since you graduated high school.
Uh-huh. Can
you just take that completely out of your mind and be like, oh yeah, I remember doing this in my locker or whatever in high school, like it was yesterday. And that's the mentality you still feel like. You feel like you could go back into that high school setting right now and be like, I'm still there, but know that you're the old fuck that walks in and everybody's like, who's this old person?
Well, we pretend a lot of the time, I think especially, as guys really like I have to be mature in this situation. And there's definitely times where like I have to be mature in this situation. And then April's like, why are you being such a dick? And I was like, I'm not being a dick. I'm not just trying to put on a straight face.
Yeah.
Because all I want to do is goof around right now.
Yeah. I think just, I don't know. I feel mature in some ways, in the ways that I've grown. And then I feel very immature in other ways. And like, I have no idea what I'm doing. Like, I've never been in a relationship sober. So I have no idea what that's like. And it's terrifying.
That's kind of interesting.
So you haven't had a relationship in 5 years?
Mm-hmm.
Fellas, out in TV land.
Oh, no. I'm doomed. I'm doomed. Yeah, I have no idea.
That's kind of cool, though.
I get ghosted a lot. Like it's just.
But that's
like,
normal. That's the society right now.
It's
that's
really
just LA.
It's really
that's everywhere.
Yeah,
no,
everywhere.
The people here are so like I'm lucky that I met her.
Yeah.
And that was like a weird ass chance where I met her.
Yeah.
And I was trying to get back with my ex-girlfriend, and I met her, and I was like, oh, she's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And we've been together now almost 3.5 years. I think.
That's so awesome.
But before that, it was like clockwork with me. It was like every 15 months. It'd be like, next.
But at least you have the ability and you know that you can be in a relationship. I don't even know. I have no idea. Because the only relationships I've ever known up until now have been toxic drug-related relationships. So I don't even know if I know how to like attach in that way.
So how are you dating then? Are you smashing Tinder or what are you doing?
I don't go on dating apps.
Okay.
It's like...
So you're not trying to date then? You're just...
if
something happens,
I want to go...
happen.
I don't want to fucking meet someone on a dating app.
Yeah.
I don't.
get it, yeah.
I'm just like, I'm sorry. Like, I know I'm like, it's only detrimental to me. Like, I understand that.
That's not detrimental. That's not a bad thing at all.
I just don't fucking like it. I don't like the world that I live in. Like, I don't like the way that things work now. And I'm just hell-bent on meeting someone in real life. And I hope that I do.
No, but you will. That's the kind of the thing. I have a friend like that
Grocery
as well.
stores.
No, I have a friend like that as well. That she's like, I'm never going to go on a dating app. I don't care. I might be single for the next 8 years, but I'll find somebody naturally.
That's what I hope.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. No, that was me. I met my ex on Facebook, and that was like a car crash that would never, ever would ever happen. And I learned so much from that. And then when I met April in person, it was just like it was like a halo kind of moment for me.
And that's what I want, you know? And I believe it exists
it
for me. I think for whatever reason, like my life has just been supposed to consist of recovery, getting a really good foundation, making sure I don't, get all involved with someone else and then get my heart broken and relapse or whatever the fuck. And then just like, I've been very career oriented. That's just been the last 5 years of my life. Few dudes in the mix here and there, nothing serious.
Yeah, it's hard here too.
Yeah,
because it's hard honestly, it's like hard to make friends too here.
Yeah, it can be
because
everything's based off status in LA.
Yeah, it sucks. Like
you guys have the worst down here. That's why I'm so happy.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
It's all status based.
I just don't buy into that shit.
No, I think that's why you and Bree hit it off because I was just like, hey.
Yeah, well, because I just don't care about any of that shit. I'm just like, I don't care. I just like nice people that are fucking cool.
But that's kind of like the weird thing when I first started meeting people around here. They're like, oh, what do you do? And I'm like, can I make something up really fucking weird? And it's like, I photograph dead people for the National Enquirer.
That's better than the one I use. I always lie to people too.
And people would be like, huh? Like, no, actually,
that's pretty good.
I'm stealing that. Yeah, that's better than the one I use. So everybody asks me what I do for a living, and I say I work at a meat packing plant.
Oh my god!
Because there's never a follow-up question.
Oh, yeah.
There's never. It's like, totally. Oh, okay.
Say that to somebody. Yeah. I photograph dead people for the National Enquirer and watch their face go like, oh.
You got to do that
like so good. I love that.
I'm a murder. No, I said, yeah, I'm on the scene of murders within 20 minutes. You ever seen a dead person? And they're all like.
So good.
I'm stealing that. That's fantastic.
I've literally had people be not very nice to me because they don't know like what I do or whatever, and then all of a sudden they find out what I do, and then they're super nice to me like 5 seconds later, and I'm just like,
dick.
Well, I'm just like, I'm like, what can I even do for you?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. People are just.
That's a good question. Weirdest, stupidest request somebody's asked you to do for them. Come on, give some good ones.
I don't know.
Can you
people
introduce
just
me
hit
to somebody or
yeah.
can you give me tickets?
Oh, it's just always tickets, and it's like a lot of times it's like tickets to like, can you give me tickets to a UFC? I'm like, what? I'm like, no, and I don't even know you, dude. Get out of my fucking DMs, like,
can you give me tickets to UFC?
Yeah, I'm like, what?
So real question. Yeah. Can you get me tickets to UFC?
I have a feeling you can get me tickets to UFC.
I probably can do that.
Yeah, see, exactly. Yeah, people are always asking me for tickets and shit like that, or like shouting out something on the radio for them, and I'm like,
no.
Yeah.
What does that do? I mean, I guess kids.
I like
people just aren't polite. That's the thing, is that the general public thinks that it's like some big, I don't know, like.
I just think that they don't know how things really work, too. Like they're like, I'm like, really, one radio shout out is gonna like help your company grow exponentially. Do you know how long advertisers pay until it gets in people's brains to like do something?
Four times. That's to be honest. You have to hear it 4 times before you even remember a phone number or the name of the company.
Exactly.
So
yeah. So, you know, and
Yeah.
I don't know. But I'm always happy to like help, you know, get tickets for people that I love and that I want to get tickets for, you know?
you.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
She hooked me up.
Yeah.
With
Did
what?
I don't even remember. What did I hook? Oh, yeah. The Blink-182.
182.
Yeah. But like,
I didn't get a call on that. Whatever.
You live in fucking Sacramento where no one lives.
That's fine.
that was so fun. I was so happy you came too.
Yeah.
That was dope.
I didn't want to ask either. That was one of the things where I was like,
But I think it's always those
K-Rock,
people. It's always those people that don't want to ask where I'm like, I'm gonna hook them up. Like, you know what I mean? Because
we just met
Yeah, I know.
too.
I know. But
No,
I
it's-
wanted you to come out.
I had a great fucking time.
I know,
And
we had
guess what I dressed? It was Halloween.
I know. It was Halloween. I was
Oh.
Jessica Rabbit. Yeah.
And I was a merman.
You were a merman.
I remember those pictures. I
Yeah.
remember
Yeah.
that.
I was merman.
Best. I saw
40
this meme
pounds
today.
heavier.
It said, to all those people that always hit me up for comps and tickets. Thanks for not reaching out during the pandemic. Like, because it's like none of those people remember you when there's a pandemic, but once it comes back up, hey
Oh,
buddy,
my God.
Yeah.
Right.
it's good to hear about you and
Oh,
your
I
mental
used to
health.
get all that as a tour manager. Hey, do you remember when I met you at this bar? I see that you're coming through town next week. Could you hit me in like my 17 fucking friends up with the I've had like the craziest like
I have the craziest story.
30
Like, of the-
people. We're all getting a bus. Can you get us? I'm like,
No.
Yeah.
Here's
The most insane
here's the best
request.
one. Somebody who, again, I barely know, but they're in the industry. I don't know. Remember what company they were working for. Call me on a Saturday night at 7:00 their time local, so it's probably 5:00 here. Standing at the gate of a band that I don't book, and we don't book in my company. It's Metallica, and says, "Hey, I'm here. Can you get me on the guest list
Oh my
of
God.
Metallica?" And I said, not to be an asshole, but who is this?
Yeah.
And they said, and they told me, I'm like, okay, I vaguely remember your name. How did you get my number? He goes, oh, you sent me an email like 6 months ago on something. I go, okay. What would inspire you to call me and ask for Metallica guest list tickets the night of show as you're standing there? Well, I figured, you work in the industry. Can you do that? I go, I'll tell you what. Wait right there. I'll call you back. I never called you.
Oh my God. It's insane. It's insane. Some people just
I couldn't
don't
believe
know.
that to this day. Oh,
That's
I want to
fucking
send him a
hilarious.
text and be like, "You're a jackass." To this day,
see, I spent the first part of this pandemic calling people.
Mhm.
Like, what else was there to fucking
Yeah.
do? And I was just like, hey, we're all in the same boat.
Mhm.
What's up? And then I would Facebook message and be like, yo, can you jump on a phone call for like 10 minutes? They're like, who are you? I was like, does it matter? You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing right now?
Yeah.
We're all in the same boat. We're all in the music industry. We're all in, and I would do this with people in live.
Mhm.
I was like, well, we're all kind of like, we're going to be out of work for the next foreseeable future.
Right.
You don't have 10 minutes to jump on a fucking phone call with me and just chat.
Right.
And then people did. And then I started like hooking up with people that I would never, that I hadn't met before. Like in the middle of this conversation, I was bringing up this guy, one really cool guy, Dom Anderson, who, I think I reached out to him once before. Tour manages Muse and Incubus.
Mhm.
And now become like, hey,
Yeah, you're like,
what's
"Hi."
up? Yeah,
Yeah.
like you reach out to people just because everybody's in the same fucking boat.
Yeah.
Really cool guy, and just ended up like vibing off of connecting through all of this shit. I think that's the cool part about this pandemic, which
I
has
agree.
enabled me to reach out to people, and no one can be like, sorry, I'm in a meeting.
Yeah.
And I'm
Totally.
like, what the fuck are you doing in a meeting?
oh, we still
No, I'm
get
too
those
busy advancing the shows. I'm like, uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, lying.
for 2022.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean that's it. It's kind of given me and kind of the people that are good people in this industry the ability to kind of connect because we have the time to.
Yeah, I think that's great. I think like if you're spending time connecting with people right now, it's gonna help your mentality big time.
Yeah,
because I have like a lot of sponsees that call me all the time, and it helps me every single day. Hearing about other people's problems takes me outside of my head, and it completely puts me in a different headspace after I get off the phone.
Is it because it validates the fact that you might have the same thoughts? about things?
Maybe a little, a sense of that, of connection, and also just to not like I'm wired to be self-centered. So when I get the opportunity to like be helpful to someone else, it's really helpful for me.
Got it.
You know,
That's a cool thing.
Nice. But I think connecting with people it's a big way to just feel better and like be outside yourself, check in on someone else, make someone else laugh. They might make you laugh. You're gonna get off the phone feeling differently, no matter what.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
And with that being said,
thank you.
We ask everybody at the end of the show, since we're going to wrap, is there anything you want to plug, anything you want to talk about? Just shout it out.
Well, you can listen to me on the radio if you want. Follow me on Instagram. That's the best way, at Megan Holiday. I also have a podcast called 7 Words with Megan Holiday. You can listen to that wherever you get podcasts. And I hope that you're good. I hope that you're feeling all right. And I'm sending you love, even though I don't know you. I'm sending you love.
That's cool.
I love it.
Thank you for coming.
Yes.
Thanks for having me, guys. This was really fun.
It was fun.
Yeah.
We talked a lot longer than I thought we were going to.
Yeah, that happens with me, though. I can go, you know.
So does he.
Yeah, I know. I feel like all of us, we're good at talking, you know.
I like it.
But this was fun. Thank you guys so much.
Thanks. Thanks, everybody. We'll talk to you guys later.
Later.
See ya. Bye-bye.